What is up? Monday, new week, Thanksgiving week. We've got a no news Monday, got horror news, not very nice news Tuesday, and FOMC meeting minutes. Wednesday, a lot of pre-market stuff, and then that's fine. Thanksgiving, and then a no news Friday. So not a very nice week, I'll be honest. Not a very nice week in the slightest. So we're going light again, still practicing executions with this new system, this new strategy, just really practicing those executions. Now, I have made a decision. I still have my funded account that I've passed the challenge on. I still have it, it's still active, obviously. We are down a little bit, $198. We've got $1,000 wiggle room, 2% left to go. But what I've done to practice executing on this new strategy, with emotions involved, I've bought a new challenge, a new 50k challenge on Top Step X right here. As you can see, I'm not going to chart on here. I'm still going to chart on TradingView, just execute on here when I need to. But obviously 50k in the account. I've got a personal daily loss limit of $700, personal daily profit target of $14.95 because of the consistency rule. So I will be trading on this for the foreseeable, practicing executions with emotions involved. It's 40 quid, like it's not that much. And also on Top Step X, you can have 10x the contracts if you're on micro. So before, I could have 5 minis or 5 micros. Now I can have 5 minis or 50 micros. And then if the account is passed to start with, before or right now, I have 2 minis, 2 micros. With this, I have 2 minis, 20 micros. So it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to grow an XFA on Top Step X. So that's why I've done it. The main reason, but the main reason is practice executions, but with the emotional side of trading still involved. But it's a no news Monday on Thanksgiving week. Oh, I tried the wrong thing over. It's a no news Monday on a Thanksgiving week, so not expecting much. Not expecting to trade today, really. But we'll see what price gives us, and we'll talk about what price is going to get. Well, what we'd like to see. So, we've just had a pump. We've got a major SMT. These 4-hour highs on ES have been taken, but on NQ we are nowhere near. We've still got several 1-hour lows before that anyway, but we are in a 4-hour imbalance. So that is the start of the market maker sell model. We've came into a high time frame PD array and taken buy side. There is this gap. Oh, that what? There is this gap right here from the new day and new week opening gap that has not been filled at all yet. Not been filled at all. So that is worth keeping in mind. Could be seeing retracements into there off of this sweep and this imbalance being filled. We'll see what happens when market opens. So here to the upside, we've got this massive SMT, these all-time highs, buy side, major buy side, and small 1-hour highs. But we've got this major SMT right now. That is my main concern. ES, we could be going up to take out these levels right here, which would be this draw on NQ. So we'll see what happens. The price could just be up only. Again, we don't know. But NQ is currently in this 4-hour imbalance, and it is not really holding, which could signify the draw being higher. And then to the downside, we obviously got that draw. This is just buy side from last week's range that we just opened above anyway. We've got this gap, then it's got sell side here and sell side here on the 1-hour. We were consolidating all overnight session and London session. Then we've just suddenly ripped upwards at 8:30. No news really that has given us that. So unsure as to where that's come from. We are just pumping. So potentially an SMT at these highs. NQ's just taken them to then give manipulation at the high to then give a short. But honestly, we're holding this 5-minute imbalance really well right now. I can't imagine us going lower today. To be honest, I can't really imagine it. We are just, this has just caused me to think, right, we're going to run up now. But this could be a high time frame morning manipulation. Could be just a big 4-hour wick. We'll have to see what happens when market opens. So really going in with a loose bias today. If I was to look for longs, I'd want to see this 15-minute imbalance get played into and held, the manipulation at the lows in the imbalance. But the higher time frame, I mean the super high time frame, I think is bullish. You know, we've got here, we're leaving behind all these lows. So we could still see a continuation up on the higher time frame, but in my opinion, the 1 hour and the 15-minute does look pretty bearish. But I don't really know, to be honest. ES has just taken the high anyway, so no SMT at those highs. Price could just run up today, but we'll see what happens when market opens, and we will react accordingly. But honestly, looking at staying out today, no news Monday. So we'll see what happens. I can't really spot a definitive model yet, but we'll see what happens. So, peace. I am going to go insane. I'm going to go insane. I did not get tapped into my short. I did not get tapped into my short by the thinnest margin ever. I'll put a picture up of the limit order I had on Top Step X. Right there, I was going to risk about $300, $400, just under 1%. I was really confident. Knew price was going to go down, knew we were ready to go. Just waiting for that confirmation. And I think I put my entry in the wrong place at a point that didn't make sense. When in reality, it should have been just a little bit lower and I would have been tapped in and it would have been a fire trade. So again, problem comes down to executions. Problems come down to not having the order down in time. Well, even if I had the order down straight away, I wouldn't have been tapped into where I put it. So it comes down to having the order in the wrong place. Execution, once again, being the problem. I didn't hesitate this time. Did not hesitate. I had max conviction price was going to go down. Was willing to put on a bit of size on it as well. And it would have been about 1 to 3. So I just didn't get put in. Because I once again had that order in the wrong place. But again, it's a positive day. I had the correct outlook on the market going in. I knew what I wanted to see in order to take a short. That happened and it didn't happen. So market opened and sold off quickly into this 15-minute imbalance. I know people took a long off of this. I didn't really want to because, as I said before, the higher time frame looks very bearish. Maybe we've just taken out on ES this. Well, we had taken up this buy side first. On NQ, we were in this imbalance and massive major SMT. So market opened, filled this 15-minute imbalance and gave a nice wick up. I did not want to take a long. That did not align with my higher time frame outlook, my higher time frame bias. So no longs were taken, which is good, which is very good. If we look on ES, you can see we came down into this imbalance. We took out this initial buy side before market open. We came down into this imbalance and then ran up and took out this buy side, which is these 4-hour highs right here. And you can see where the line is. We did not. These are those ones. There's already an SMT here. But these highs, nowhere near them on NQ. Very much taken them on ES. Major SMT. And ideally, I would like to see internal manipulation, but because we'd already had this leg up after market open, that was my manipulation leg higher. So I'm looking then, and what I'm looking at, I'm like, right, we've got this 5-minute imbalance right here, marked out in red. We have this 5-minute imbalance right here, and I'm thinking, right, if we get 1 minute change in the state, we've already put in an SMT, we've taken out buy side, We're in this 4-hour imbalance right now. As you can see, we wicked that all the way up and then came and closed beneath it still. So we had this high time from SMT. ES just taken major buy side. NQ nowhere near. And I'm like, right, for me to be bearish, I'd need to see this 5-minute get ran through. And I'm like, right, the draw's going to be lower now. If this gets obliterated, the draw's going to be lower. Then there was a 1-minute change in state delivery right here, closing at 9:48, and then 9:49. This candle closes at 9:50. Also, the 5-minute close. This closes at 9:50, and we completely obliterated that imbalance in 2 candles. And then once this candle closed here, and I was like, right, we're running through this now. I put my limit order up on Top Step X at originally, when this closed, originally my order was at the change in state right here. So I had originally, my position was like this, my stop was up there. And that didn't happen. This imbalance was made on the 1-minute and I put my entry there and I didn't get filled. What I should have done differently was, right, we inversed the 5-minute. We retested the 5-minute inverse on this wick here. That should have been my entry point because I was taking it off the 5-minute imbalance. My order should have been set at this 5-minute imbalance and I should have tapped myself in here. And it would have looked something like this. Stop up there at the protected high of the SMT. And I would have targeted this sell side right here. And then this 4-hour gap as well. 1 to 2.22. And then if I wanted to, that 3.5 standard deviation range. Could have targeted there for the quick little first contract as well. You know, either or. And if I had a tighter stop at this candle's high. Because if we're bearish, this imbalance should hold. We'd just come back up there. So it would have been a really good trade all the way down. And I knew it was going to happen. But I had my order set here. Let's see. And you can see right there, we did not get tapped in by 18 ticks, so $4. We did not get tapped in. My order should have been here at the 5-minute inverse, stop at the protected high of the SMT. And then I could have targeted this liquidity piece in line with the -2.5 of the 5-minute range right here. This was the 1-minute manipulation from the 1-minute change in the state. Here's the 1-minute manipulation leg. That didn't even hold anyway. We were just dumping. So that could have been TP1 at that sell side as well. TP2 right there, and then TP3 at this big gap, and then maybe the bottom of the gap. As you can see, the 3.5 to 4 standard deviation from the 1-minute manipulation lines up perfectly with this gap, and then we can expect price now to rebalance to equilibrium of the range before continuing down. That is what we can expect, because the standard deviation range is hit, and then we rebalance to equilibrium, and then there's a continuation. But I am not open to take any more trades off of that because I missed my entry again. Did not get filled in time, but I had the order in the wrong place. So again, the problem comes down to the execution yet again. But I'm getting quite confident now, actively reading this and then using this model and then taking the trade off of that. So it's a tough one. Yet again, I should have, on Top Step X, if we pull that up. So I had my original order here. I should have just like dragged the order down when we were this close anyway, because that extra couple ticks would not have made a difference. So again, mistakes were made. Not bad mistakes, just annoying ones, missing the execution. Not getting tapped in time. So no trade was taken, which is not the right result today. There should have been a trade. This should have been the trade. Stop right there. Targets. This should have been the trade. Would have been a lovely, lovely, lovely trade, but it is what it is. Once again, executions are the problem. And that's something to work on. When price started running, I did not FOMO into the position. That would have been a gamble. I was open to taking a trade off of the move back to the 5-minute change in the state, but that didn't even happen anyway. That's why that's marked out. But yeah, and then we'll see what's going on the 5-minute. Here's the manipulation leg. We are just working our way down. So we knew it was coming. We anticipated what market was going to do. We spotted the model. Not a very nice model, but you know, still one we had spotted, particularly this one. This was very clear. But it was not meant to be. Had the order in the wrong place. Should have been off the 5-minute inverse. Did it on the 1-minute fair value gap instead. But reality is the price has no reason to come back up to that 1-minute imbalance when we've just inversed this 5-minute and retested it. So that's on me. No trade was taken. Very unfortunate. But confidence in reading the markets is going up a lot. I'm feeling a lot more confident now. It's been a long few days. I had the right outlook on all 3 of these days and then just did not take a trade. Wednesday, there was no trade to take anyway. Thursday, missed the entry. Friday, hesitated a little bit as well. And then again, today, another no trading day. But it should have been, and it should have been a banger. So, it's a rough one. It certainly is. Would have been a nice start to the week, nice start to this new challenge that I've got in order to practice executions even more. But I still need to work on those executions, getting those orders down, getting those orders in the right place. The 5-minute inverse and retest of the 5-minute IFVG should have been the absolute blind obvious short position because we just ran through it. My thought process was, right, SMT, ES has taken buy side, we're in a 4-hour imbalance. There's a 1-minute change in the state. If we run this 5-minute imbalance, I will get in short. And then I had my order. And I did not put it in the right place and paid the price. But I didn't FOMO into any positions. I didn't get emotional. I kept my emotions nailed in, which is good. I think, really, my emotions and my emotional discipline has come a long way. So even on a challenge, I don't FOMO into the position, which is good. So that's it for today. Had the right idea, had the right mindset, had the right model. Just order in the wrong place. And yeah, max conviction today as well. As soon as I saw it, that order was down. No hesitation with getting into the trade, but didn't get tapped in because in reality, the order was slightly too high. So catch you all tomorrow. Peace.